Gabby.
And I'm Shanna.
And we're 27 Travels.
And this is probably the most highly requested video we've done in such a long time. This is how to pack a carry-on for a long trip. We posted on our Instagram story that we were going away for 10 days to Malta, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down in the description. We actually have 2 videos of Malta. But we were going to Europe for 10 days and we both each packed only a carry-on and our backpacks for the entire trip, and everyone was so shocked. They're like, oh my God, how did you do that? How did you fit all that stuff in there?
So if you don't know this, we actually pack carry-on only for every trip pretty much. The only time we ever packed a not carry-on is when we did a winter trip and it was a really long trip and we needed a lot of coats. But that was literally the only time. Other than that, we only pack carry-on only, and I never did that before I met Shanna. Honestly, that was all her. She was traveling like that for a really long time, and at first, I was like, okay, you're crazy. There's no way that I can pack a carry-on only. I've never even had a carry-on. How do you fit all of your shoes in there? And then we started like packing carry-on only together, and like within a few trips, I was like, this is the best thing ever. I'm only packing carry-on only. She got me completely hooked. So once you do this, you're literally never gonna go back. Thank us later.
And I will say, it does take a little bit of practice, but you're not gonna need to practice because we're gonna show you exactly how to do it. So what is the reason for packing carry-on only? Like, what is the purpose? So we're gonna tell you some of the reasons why packing carry-on only makes more sense for us. It might not make sense for you, and that's totally okay. You don't have to do this. This is just if you wanna try it, if you wanna do it, here are some reasons why. And then afterwards, I'm gonna show you exactly how to pack everything. 1, you don't have to pay for a checked bag. So sometimes when you're buying a plane ticket, a checked bag is included, but sometimes it's not. And especially with airlines trying to nickel and dime you nowadays, it's cheaper just to not have to check a bag at all.
If you're traveling on a budget, packing carry-on only is gonna be really good for you because you're going to save a lot of money, especially if you travel all the time. You're gonna be saving money every single time you get on a flight by packing carry-on only.
Like usually checking a bag is between like $70 and $80 per bag. So between the 2 of us, it's like $150, sometimes even more if we were to check a bag each way. So that's an extra like $300 added on to our trip, and sometimes we find flight tickets for $300 round trip. So why are we gonna double that by checking a bag? For us, it doesn't make any sense.
2 other things that are a real bonus of packing carry-on only. 1, you don't have to wait on a line to check in your luggage when you get to the airport, aka you have more time to actually get ready for your flight and you don't have to rush as much. Another bonus is that when you're getting off of your flight, no matter what destination you get to, you already have your luggage with you because your luggage is just in the overhead while you're on the plane the whole entire time. So you never have to worry about standing by a carousel for 2 hours waiting for your luggage to come out and then it getting lost, it not coming out, etc., etc. Not to mention, I mean, I kind of just highlighted this, but your luggage is not going to get lost. You don't have to worry about your luggage getting lost, which I do think for some people, traveling is a really big fear, especially for people like Shanna.
Another perk of traveling carry-on only is you just have less stuff, therefore you're carrying less stuff with you to your destination. A lot of times when we travel, we go to multiple different cities or multiple different places within the same trip, so we're always getting on and off planes, on and off buses, up and down stairs to get on the subway with our luggage. If you don't want to carry heavy stuff with you, or you want to be able to just like hold your stuff comfortably, having less stuff is easier. Like we've been on a bunch of trips where we were the only people who pack carry-on only and everyone was struggling with their stuff. There's not always elevators everywhere you go. In every country you go to, having an elevator is definitely a luxury in the place that you're traveling to. So sometimes you're forced to wheel your suitcase, you know, miles and miles and miles if the bus or the train or whatever isn't coming. Like there are just times where you don't want to be carrying a lot of stuff, and packing carry-on only is helpful for that. So sometimes when you pack a really big suitcase, you may notice that you're packing too many clothes or too many shoes that you don't end up actually wearing when you're on your trip. I know some people like to have options, and that's totally okay. We even pack options in our carry-on only. We're gonna show you that later. But sometimes you have things and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even wear this on my trip. Like maybe a pair of heavy shoes that took up weight or space in your luggage, or maybe you brought like, you know, a bunch of different shirts and you didn't wear a bunch of them either.
We do not like to be wasteful. We like to actually pretty much wear every single thing that we pack. And I mean, even on our 10-day trip in Malta, it's like we had everything in a carry-on, and there was still like a shirt or 2 that like either we didn't wear at all or we wore like one time for like an hour for dinner, right? So like that wasn't really an item we super needed. And I think that especially when you pack in a big luggage, you're bringing a lot of things that you don't necessarily need with you. So I think packing smaller helps you to think like, do I need this? Am I actually gonna wear this? Do I actually like the clothes that I'm bringing? And am I gonna feel comfortable in them? And you're just wearing things more with purpose.
Packing carry-on only might not be for everyone, but if you want to try it on your next trip, we're going to show you how to do it now. Or shall I say, I'm going to show you how to do it, because I'm the packing expert in this relationship.
Yeah, she is. There's always one person that is a better packer than the other person in a relationship, and it is not me.
Okay, so this is the carry-on suitcase that I always travel with. It's from Rome Luggage, and they're some of our favorite luggages ever. Like, we've had them for the last 2 years and have only ever used these, and nothing has ever happened to it. Like, our luggage has literally fallen down the stairs of our apartment building, and everything in it was totally fine. I actually like to use packing cubes, so these are the 3 packing cubes that I typically use whenever I'm packing, but you also don't have to use packing cubes if you don't want to. You can still achieve the same packing carry-on only with or without packing cubes. I just personally like them because it keeps things more organized. Rascal
Is investigating, and he will also be helping with the packing today. Thank you.
He loves suitcases.
And he loves going in suitcases. But we don't bring him with us because he takes up the whole suitcase.
So also in Rome Luggage, one of the reasons why we like it is it has these kind of like square, I don't know what they would call, like compressors maybe? Like they
dividers?
Yeah, dividers. They kind of go like on top of each side of the luggage, so it's helpful because it also squishes your stuff down so it's like flatter, but also there's like extra pockets in here that you can use for stuff. So we kind of use this for like when we're going to somewhere, putting our smaller items like bathing suits and things like that, or like belts, those kind of things. So then on our way home, we typically stick our dirty laundry in here so that it's like separated from the rest of our stuff. So one tip when packing carry-on only is you really don't need that many bottoms. Like the amount of bottoms I would pack for like a weekend trip or like a 4-day trip is the same amount of bottoms I would pack for like a week-long trip. And that's because you're gonna mix and match the bottoms with different tops. So that's kind of like the little hack that we have here. So tips when it comes to packing your bottoms is you wanna have things that kind of go with a lot of stuff. So like, for example, blue jeans or blue shorts or denim kind of goes with everything. So you can pack a few of those. And then if you wanna have like a pair of like statement pants or like a statement dress or something, you can obviously bring that as well. Also, packing things that are like lighter material are just gonna fit easier in your suitcase as well. So if you have, you know, shorts that are kind of like linen, they're gonna fit better than shorts that are denim, for example. All right, so those are Rascal's cat toys on the bed, so ignore that. But so this is everything, all the bottoms that I'm bringing for our like 4 to 5 day trip to Myrtle Beach. But I would also pack like this amount of stuff for like a week-long trip. Maybe I'd add like 1 pair of like jean pants into the mix. But since we're going away to somewhere where it's like gonna be 80 degrees the entire time, I don't really need too many pairs of pants. So I have 3 pairs of denim shorts that I'm gonna like interchange depending on like what tops I wear, and like mix and match the tops with different pants. And these are a pair of linen pants that are definitely great because for going to the beach, they're like not as hot and they're really light, but also they're really good at night when it gets a little bit cooler. And then these are just gonna be my like beach shorts. So like if I'm going to the pool or to the beach, instead of wearing denim, which takes way longer to dry, I'm gonna put these on instead. So yeah, these are all the bottoms that I'm gonna bring on this trip. So now we're gonna move on to shirts. Okay, before we get to shirts, I wanted to quickly mention something I think I forgot to mention in this video already, which is that you want to wear your heaviest items of clothing on the plane because that's what's gonna make your carry-on lighter, but also you be able to pack more stuff into your carry-on because the heaviest and bulkiest items are gonna be on your body or like on your person. So just wanted to quickly mention that. Okay, now back to shirts. As you can see, we added some shirts into the mix. So I have a bunch of tank tops. So like this is a tank top, a gray one, this is a black tank top, and this is kind of like a beachy, like, I don't know what you would call it, like see-through-y kind of tank top. And then this is a cropped white t-shirt, and this is like a longer like white graphic tee. And then this is like a bra type of cropped shirt, but this is more of like a statement piece, so I feel like I would only wear this once since it's like such a bold color. And then I also have this t-shirt button up and then this black long sleeve button up that matches with these shorts. In terms of shirts, I think this is all I'm gonna bring since we are going to a beach destination, which means that at some points we will be wearing our bathing suits with cover up, so I don't think I'm gonna need too many shirt options. But the trick here is that if you pack stuff that's like basics, like denim and, you know, solid colors like gray, white, and black, you can mix and match a lot of things together. So basically all of these shirts can be worn with all of these pants and in different order. So for example, if one day I wear like this black shirt with these shorts, then the next day I could wear like these shorts with this white shirt and it will look like a different outfit, or vice versa. If I wear like the black shirt with these shorts, for example, it'll look completely different. Or if I wear the black shirt with these pants, like it all looks different. Then if like at night, you know, you want to like change it up a bit, you can either just change like your bottom or just change your shirt if you so choose. But you also don't have to change at night either. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But yeah, so I think clothing wise, this is all I'm gonna pack. Now I'm gonna pick out bathing suits. So the trick with bathing suits is that since they're really small as it is, you can pack a little bit more if you want to. I feel like we probably typically pack like 3 or 4 bathing suits, no matter how long the trip is, just because we like to have options for bathing suits. We also take a lot of photos and we don't want things to look like they're all taken the same day, but also bathing suits are really small and don't take up a lot of room, so you can pack extra of those if you want to. Okay, next up is shoes, and shoes I think for most people are the hardest part of packing. Even for Gabby, it's really hard because she has a lot of different shoe options that she always wants to bring and choose from. I'm not really a big shoe person. I typically bring like 1 pair of sneakers that I wear on the plane, and then I'll either bring like maybe 2 pairs of sandals for this trip specifically. Sometimes I'll bring like 1 extra pair of sneakers and only like 1 pair of sandals. It really just depends, but the trick is to never bring more than 3 pairs of shoes. So like you wear 1 pair and then you pack 2 other pairs of shoes. And here's the thing, you think you're gonna wanna have all those shoe options, but you're not gonna wear all of them, especially when you're traveling. Like a lot of times you're walking to a lot of different places, or you're walking around a new city, and you don't wanna wear uncomfortable shoes. So you're probably gonna wear your sneakers every time you're walking around somewhere, and then you're probably gonna wear your sandals to the beach, and maybe a nice shoe at night occasionally, but you're gonna wear your sneakers most of the time, let's be real. So yeah, you don't really need that many shoes, but I think it might be hard for some of you to narrow down the shoes, so I try and think practical. Like for example, if you're planning a trip to New York City, you're gonna want sneakers, you're not gonna want sandals, you're not gonna need them, your feet are gonna get dirty. Just bring the sneakers and maybe 1 pair of heels for going out, and like that's it, that's all you need. And since we're going to like a beach destination, I know I'm gonna want sneakers for walking around the like non-beach area, and like flip-flops, which are super light and super small for when we actually go to the beach and the pool, and then maybe 1 pair of nice sandals that Gabby and I can share if we want to. But we typically don't really share anything, but sometimes we do. So I'll bring that just in case. So I'm gonna show you the 3 shoes that I'm bringing. Okay, so these are the shoes that I'm gonna be packing. These I'm gonna wear on the plane, so I'm gonna put them over here. So really I'm only packing these pairs of shoes. Like I said, flip-flops for like the beach and the pool, and then 1 nice pair of shoes for going out. These kind of have like a heel, but they're like bulky, I guess, like, so that they don't look super feminine, but they're a little bit nicer than just like a pair of sandals. But actually the other trips that we went on recently, where it was like a beach destination or where I needed sandals, I only packed my Birkenstocks, and I used those for like the beach and the pool and for going out at night. So if you wanted to bring even 1 less pair of shoes, you could just bring like a kind of nicer sandal like Birkenstocks or something along those lines. But because I wore them recently to like every other trip that we've done, I kind of want like a different shoe just for like different options. But yeah, if you want to do that, you can even pack less shoes than I am currently. Okay, next is kind of the really small items that don't take up a lot of room in your suitcase, like socks, underwear, bras, sunglasses, jewelry, if you want to bring a second purse, things like that. So I'm not really going to show you what I pack in that case, because you can really pack any amount of those things and it doesn't really change like the weight or like how you're organizing your suitcase. You can really pack as many of them as you want. I don't think you're really gonna go overboard with socks or underwear, so don't worry, I'm not gonna show you that, but you got this under control. I trust you guys. Also, look at Rascal right now. He's using my bathing suits as a pillow. I can't. We pack so often that he's like used to it, but it's still the cutest thing ever. My baby. One thing I almost forgot, and what I typically almost always forget, is pajamas, just because I'm so worried about packing everything else, but I remembered pajamas. And for a 4-day trip, you only need 1 pair of pajamas, people. I'm telling you, you're not gonna need more than that. Gabby and I only brought 1 pair of pajamas while we were on a trip for 10 days, and it was fine.
She didn't remember, I reminded her.
So the only other thing that might take up some room in your suitcase is your toiletry bag. Since Gabby and I share toiletries, I'm gonna show that a little bit later on. So right now I'm just gonna kind of pack the clothes, and then we'll get to the toiletry stuff after this part. Okay, so fun fact, I'm worried I'm gonna get my period on this trip, so I'm packing extra period underwear. So normally I would not pack this much underwear, but this is where I think the packing cubes come in handy, because you can kind of shove like a bunch of the small stuff in here, and then it doesn't go like all over your suitcase. So that's all my underwear. This is all my socks, and then this is like bras and bandeaus that like I might wear some of them as shirts, I might wear them under shirts, but I sometimes, you know, you never know what you're gonna need. So there you go. Boom. Yeah. They all fit in this.
Especially me personally, I feel like you can always pack a little bit of extra underwear. It doesn't take up that much room, and then, you know, if there's a emergency,
you got extras.
You got extra.
So this cube right here has all of my underwear, socks, and bras for the entire trip in here. But if you don't have any packing cubes, I would just suggest putting that stuff like packing this small stuff last after you pack your clothes. So like pack your clothes and your heavier items in your suitcase first, and then just find spots where like these will like fit in instead of packing these first.
Yeah, also if you are in need of packing cubes, we can link some packing cubes down below from our Amazon shop. Basically any brand of packing cubes will do, but we'll just link the ones we have for y'all.
So I always put my shirts in here, and a cool way to get more stuff to fit is to roll your clothes up. So basically you just like take this and you roll it up like that, and then see how small it is? Boom, goes right in there.
Success.
So this is all my shirts rolled up, and then this one, because it's a little bit thicker, I'm not gonna roll it to save room, I'm gonna put it flat. Then you just go like this with the cube, and then you close it on in. So these are all my shirts in this cube, but again, if you don't have a packing cube, you don't need it. Just do the same method and roll your clothes, but then just put them directly into your suitcase.
But packing cubes are the best, so you should get one. True story, Shanna over here is an extremely organized person, so even though she likes a packing cube, she doesn't need it. But somebody like me, completely unorganized, need the packing cube. If not, I cannot find anything the moment I get into my suitcase. So if you're like me, get a packing cube. Rascal agrees.
Okay, next you're just gonna do the same thing with your bottoms. You're going to fold them and roll them into your packing cube. Now with stuff that's denim, it's gonna take up a little bit more room than shirts, so you might have to, you know, get a little fancy with it. However, again, if you don't have a packing cube, you just do the same method. You roll it because it takes up less room than if you're folding it and piling things on top of each other. So you're just gonna still roll it, and then you're just gonna put it directly into your suitcase. But I'm using a packing cube, obvi, because I love them and I cannot live without them. Okay, so these are all my bottoms, and also my pajamas are in this cube. So this one's a little bit more stuffed, only because denim is thicker than any of the shirts that I'm bringing.
Yeah,
but
I also think the pants cube is always the fullest one for whatever reason.
It's just because pants are just thicker material than shirts, but it still closes. And again, if you don't have a cube, roll it, put it directly in your suitcase. So the first thing I always pack is shoes, because they are a weird shape and they're the bulkiest item. So I always do that first. So I put my shoes in first, and I always like flip them so like the heels are not touching each other, because I think that like it makes them squishier together. I don't know if that's really true, but that's what I do. And then flip-flops are super small. They literally fit anywhere. So there's my shoes. Barely taking up any room. So then this is how I always do it. I always put my packing cube with my pants and my shirts on the same side. So as you can see, these are all my clothes. Boom. This I put on this side here. So based on everything that I have here, I have even more room in my suitcase on the side here, plus on top of this stuff for any other extra stuff. So like anything that I didn't pack yet, like jewelry, like hair straightener, hair curler, hats, like your toiletry bag, your makeup. Sometimes I even put camera equipment in here, like my GoPro. You could fit a lot of stuff in the carry-on. Like I said, I have space here, but I also have space on top of all of this stuff. That's when these things come in handy. So I haven't packed my bathing suits yet, so I'm gonna put all my bathing suits in this and then put it right here like this. So hold on one sec. So bathing suits fit in here. So since our suitcase has that, that's what I typically use that for. And you can see it's like pretty flat. It's not gonna cost too much space. But if you don't have like a divider like this, you can just shove it, like bathing suits are small, you can kind of shove it in like some of these holes over here, or you can try and fit it in the packing cube. I think my bathing suits might have fit in my shirt cube if I wanted them to, but I didn't want to. I added some things that I'm gonna need into my suitcase. So I have this curling iron that I'm gonna use to curl mine and Gabby's hair. This is like our little like jewelry organizer, so it has like both of our like necklaces that we wanna wear on this trip in here. This is just like a going out bag, and also I put my sunglasses in there because like packing things inside of other things is another good way to save room. And then this is our toiletry bag, so it kind of has toiletries for both of us in it. It just has to be under 3.4 ounces to be able to go into a carry-on, so you can't bring any full-size products. But it's fine because you just go to like the travel section of like Target or something and you'll find exactly what you need. So I'm gonna close it for you guys to show you how it works. So the good thing, like I said, about these dividers is it kind of like squishes everything down. So like you like attach it like this, and it kind of, I don't know how to really explain it, but like you clip these two pieces together and it squishes everything that's in your suitcase to be flatter. I can already tell that this this has even like more room. Like for example, on this side, I could have packed higher up, and there's like some space underneath here. So if I do buy anything in Myrtle Beach, I'll be able to like bring some like souvenirs and stuff home. So boom, this is gonna be easy. Look, it already completely shuts without me having to really do anything. Sometimes I have to sit on it to close it, but I don't even think I'm gonna need to do that this time. Yeah, I don't even need to sit on it. Damn, this is a good packing job by me. Ta-da! That's how you pack carry-on only, folks. All right, so that is how you pack carry-on only. And like I said, even though this trip is only for like 4 or 5 days, that is the same amount of stuff we would pack if we were going on a week-long trip or a 10-day trip, just because you're gonna mix and match stuff while you're there.
It's so weird. We always say that. It's like if you pack for 4 days, you need the same amount of stuff that you need for like an 11-day trip. Like why that's a thing, I don't know. You literally just need more underwear for an 11-day trip than you do for a 4-day trip. That's like one of the only differences.
So hopefully this video was helpful to you. A lot of you guys were asking us to do a packing video because you were so shocked about how we did it for Malta for 10 days. So hopefully this was helpful, and if you want to try it out, let us know if any of these tips work or if we taught you anything that you didn't know before, but hopefully it works, because I'm telling you, once you pack carry-on only, you're never gonna want to check a big bag again.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I never used this method before I was dating Shanna, and once we started traveling together, I started packing like this, and it has been like a game changer. So definitely try it out. It might not be for you, but then again, it might be.
So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon with another video. Bye!
Gotta go pack my suitcase now.
Yeah, Gabby has to pack hers, or shall I say, I'm gonna pack her suitcase.